How? Bitty bum bum. Bitty bum bum. Canta.
What?
Cada vez que lo veo pasar. A tanto amor. Tan este blue. Cada vigilo. Ada joy. Yo te quiero. Ay, como me duele. Ay, como me duele.
My time.
You can.
Worry about a thing, but every little thing is gonna be alright. I woke up this morning on my horizon. 3 little birds were on my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melody blowing through. And they said, this message is you. They said, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright.
Hello, welcome to Spectrum season finale. Hey, I feel like I look weird. It's been a very hectic day. No lies. Gee, I think I'm up too close. My face looks really big. You backed up. That's a little bit better. So, welcome to our season finale. I'm very excited and proud, and it's going to be a great night. Julie will not be with us this evening, but she sends her love and her well wishes. Charles will not be with us. I'm sure he still sends us his love and his well wishes. No, I'm kidding. But we love Charles, but he's not going to be with us this evening either, as he's chosen to leave the show. So the show must go on, and this is the season finale. So here we go. We're going to have a wonderful time. I was trying to give everybody a little chance to get in. Some of the people still haven't gotten in yet. So, but we can get started without them because we started a little bit late. My internet would not come on for some odd reason. And now my hair's falling. Lordy Jesus. Anyway, let's get started. Let's meet our cast. Hi, Zach. How are you? I'm gonna try to remember. And I can hear my voice is so gravelly. I was talking about that last week. Hi, Omar. How are you? Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. Hi, Crystal. Oh, let me go back and put some more makeup on. This lady looks amazing. Are you muted?
I was.
Oh, this lady looks too amazing. I gotta go put some makeup on. I feel like I look really
Stop.
like
You
in the modern.
you look gorgeous. You know what? I get a little suspicious when I'm behind the scenes because I'm like, maybe she's waiting for me to get myself together. Maybe that's why we got a little bit of time in between because of me.
No, no, no. I was trying to get all the clips because there was nobody was in the green room but you for the longest. So I'm like, I'll just play all the clips. I'll play the
You look
clips for the
gorgeous.
commercial. It's like,
You
well,
look gorgeous.
well, far away it looks better, but when it was up close, it looked really weird.
Not even.
Uh, I lost, because I've been working on my diet, trying to go to the gym and work out, and I've actually lost like 15 pounds.
Wow.
But I'm stuck at 15. I can't. It won't. The scale won't move anymore, and I'm like, ugh. So I have more to go, obviously, but
But
I've
maybe you're losing
plateaued.
inches. Like, are you, counting your inches and your
Well,
waistline?
I really don't. I really don't go by the scale per se. I go by how I look in my clothes and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I do look. I do feel more svelte in my clothing, but
Okay.
but it still doesn't, like I can still see it in my face. And usually when I lose weight, that's the first place I lose weight is in my face. My
Right.
cheekbones pop out and I'm all like,
Yes.
but it's not happening this time. So I'm like, what's going on? So
I can
kind of like
see
I'm
you.
noticing it in my arms that wiggle a little bit less. They're still wiggling, but not a lot less. And my middle is better. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to go
Oh my
hardcore
gosh.
and go on like a liquid diet or something. I don't know. But anyway, welcome to the finale. You look beautiful.
I'm so happy to be here. So do you, gorgeous. That's every time you say something about your appearance, I'm over here in the background like, where?
No, no. Let's see what Chris is up to. Hello, Mr. Chris.
Hi, everybody.
Are
How's
you
everyone
still in the
doing?
hospital from last week, or do you just go up there every day?
I go up here every day just to make people feel better about themselves.
Oh,
No,
whatever.
I'm here for another week or maybe two, I think, but they say
Wow.
everything's going pretty well. And the both of you need a hush because the both of you look beautiful.
Well, thank
Oh,
you. You're so
thank
kind.
you.
Yep.
So, is there any progress being made, or are they just monitoring you?
Yes.
What's going on?
At first, okay, so what happened was originally when the big freeze happened, I fell and hit my head, and I also injured my foot. And
Oh,
so my foot had so many fractures that they didn't want, instead of amputating, it's so funny how they wrote it on the doctor's note. They remodeled my bones.
oh,
And
wow.
so because of the remodeling of the bones in my left foot, that's why I'm in physical therapy. So, and the physician said they did some x-rays and everything, and he says it's healing pretty well. It's actually healing faster than what they expected. So I hope I'm out of here by this week, if not next week. So
Wow. It's like something on Grey's Anatomy. Wow.
Right?
girl, but ain't nobody cute like Grey's Anatomy. Ooh, I'm tired. These people not cute. And I'm like, wow. This is the last time I stay out of this med center. Because in the med center, that's when you find the cute doctors. Mm.
Hello, married. You don't need a
Oh
cute
my
doctor. You have a cute husband.
Oh, hey, Omar, I love you.
Let's go to the Callie, you got to sit down. Turn around this way. Sit down. She didn't want to miss. She has a new harness.
Oh,
She's so
She's
cute.
dressed up for the finale too.
She's so cute.
Okay, let's go to the comments. Let's see. Shay says, "Hey girl, hey, sorry I was out in my yard. Must be nice. It's beautiful weather for being out in the yard." And if she followed
Okay.
that up with a "Hey y'all," and
Hey, Shay.
she agreed. Somebody, oh, you look amazing. I'm assuming she's talking about me, I guess, because I was talking about myself.
you that
And
yeah.
And Zach says, I don't care. I don't carry a scale in my house. Do not need any more mental torture. It is torture.
I know
But
that's right.
Hmm.
maybe I'll throw my scale out. I don't know. But I'll do something dramatic. Dramatic. That's a new word. I just made up a new word. Dramatic.
Gymnastic.
Gymnastics.
I'm gonna start
I
saying that.
love
I'm
it.
like, I'm being gymnastic, guys. Give me a moment.
It can be drastic and dramatic at the same time. Just
Drastic.
Hmm.
dramatic.
There you go.
We created a word.
That
Well,
sounds like my children.
well,
Dramatic
it
as
looks
hell.
like there's
Girl,
only three of us tonight. I don't know
Crystal, you
where
look too
Wendy
young to have
is.
kids.
Is Wendy working? Does anybody know?
Thank you. I don't know,
Girl,
but
you
I
look
need
like
to
you're
get with
18.
Wendy.
Wendy did what?
I look 18. Wait, I
Hmm.
look. You better shut up.
Zach says he's praying for you, Chris. If you need a
Thank you.
22-year-old Patrick Dempsey at the hospital, let me know. Oh, hey, how you doing?
I'll let
That
you
is
know, Zach,
so
for real.
funny.
Me and Zach are friends on Facebook now, so let him know.
I love all the connections that Spectrum has made and I've made through doing my concerts and doing this show. I've met like so many people know each other. And like I'll be scrolling and I'll see Crystal on somebody's post and I like Matthew's post. I'm like, oh, I remember they were on this on a panel last season for Spectrum and now they're friends in real life. That's so cool.
Yes, I
I love
love
the
him.
connections that are made here. So,
It's
so
yes.
update. Nobody knows what's going on with Wendy. Is she working, or did I miss a message?
Oh, I don't
Uh,
know. I was just
I don't
saying
know
I
either.
need to get with her. I was hoping she would be on tonight. Oh,
Someone shoot her a message and ask her where she's at.
cool beans.
And of course, Julie's not going to be here.
I know,
And
but good. Luckily, let's just be thankful. Julie has a big cookie order, so she's got business going.
2,000 or 200. I'm like, oh my God, that's a lot of cookies.
That's a lot of cookies. I hope she has
Girl,
two
bring some.
ovens.
Julie, can I have some of your cookies? No.
Did you see her Spectrum cookies?
Yes, I
Yes.
love them.
Those were
You
adorable.
know what? We should have them for next season if
We
we can see each other in
should.
person. We'll order them and just
Yes.
have them out. Yeah.
Well, that would be great. If we could actually do the show in person, that would be great. An
I would
actual
love
live
that.
studio weekly show, that would be fun. We're gonna put that on the
Yes.
wish list on for season 3.
Let's
Uh,
manifest it.
we are,
Exactly.
I'm all about
Manifest
manifesting.
it.
That's my thing. You have to manifest things.
I will
Yes.
Believe
show
it.
up in this stretcher. I will show up in this stretcher and I'll be like, prop me up, y'all. Prop me up. Put some pillows in the back. We're gonna
And
do this.
the bed will have you sit up like that.
Mm-hmm. That's how slow it goes for real. It's like,
Oh,
the
well, my bed is like that. I have an what do you call those beds?
retractable beds, I think they're called.
An adjustable bed. I have an
There you
adjustable
go.
bed, and it's really slow like that too. I'll be laying there like, and I'm like, whatever I'm sitting up for, I don't want to see now. Because I usually sit up in bed and I'll be watching something or whatever, but I'm like, then I have to let it back down. This is crazy.
Oh my
But
God.
anyway, so I guess she's not gonna come today. So we're just gonna jump into our topics.
Okay.
Omar says, Mr. Chris, you have some vine that makes me okay then. I feel like that's an eggplant emoji. What's going on?
We
Who
know what
are
that eggplant
Oh,
emoji means.
Oh my God!
this
This
is
is
a
not
family
safe for
show.
workplace. Not safe for workplace. Oh my
This is
God.
a family show.
Chris.
What is going on? Are y'all playing nurse and doctor? Or you really are at home and y'all are playing nurse and patient? Because that's what's going on.
What had
Oh,
happened was he came to the hospital yesterday, and we had the room to ourselves, so we closed the door and did some little nitty gritty.
Well, come on,
oh,
room service.
I
Oh.
mean, I'm not dead. She.
Feel free to join us, Coffee and I, for our after dark, and we can have that conversation.
Okay, invite
But
me. Invite me. We'll be there.
this is Spectrum, and we're respectable around here.
Yes, we are. We
oh
are.
my gosh.
Omar said vibe. I'm gonna kind of nip this in the bud. All right, are y'all ready to jump into these topics?
Yes.
Just
We're gonna be the Holy Trinity for the finale. We'll hold it down. It's fine.
Okay.
And so, first topic up is Joe Biden. We didn't make it to the show. Like if I had that original timeline, we would have made the 100 days. But so let's talk about Joe Biden's first 100 days. Now, his slogan was "Build Back Better." Is he building back better? What do you think, Crystal?
Um, I think as far
Say.
as an assessment is made, it's like there's so much to be fixed. I don't think building back better is such a good quote because there's a lot to be done. And the first year is going to be a lot of scraping and chipping away at these issues. So I'm going to have to say,
Yeah. What do you think, Chris?
Well, I'm gonna follow that with Crystal. It's a clusterfuck because
Mm.
I love my
yes.
Uncle Joe. I love my Uncle Joe, but I know that the uncle we don't speak about, the grandpa, um Mr. Donald Trump had messed it all up, and he left a
Mm.
lot for Uncle Joe to sweep up and pick up and clean up. Now, am I comfortable with saying this? No, because I supported and I backed this candidate, but I'm kind of
Uh-huh.
upset because he really hasn't done anything with immigration. He actually made it worse. Um,
Mm.
he promised, what I do. I mean, look how long it took him to get the plan to build the infrastructure of the U.S. I mean, it took a while, which is actually, you know what? And we got to give him props. That is something that no other president has thought about, and we have desperately needed funding to rebuild and make the infrastructure a lot stronger than what it was before. I just wish there was more in that bill that he had passed in regards to that.
Is that me or what are y'all? Somebody's microphone is making a sound,
Oh, that might be me. Hold on.
like a sucking sound.
Oh, no, I thought you were gonna laugh at me because when Crystal was talking, I could hear the intercom, and they were like code
Oh,
blue, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like,
oh
people are gonna hear
no.
somebody's dying over here somewhere. That's all
I
right.
didn't
We're in
hear
the
that
hospital. They'll bring
part.
them back. They'll bring them back. But no, I feel like the infrastructure. I feel the infrastructure was the only thing that was worthwhile out of the first 100 days. He hasn't. I want to see more of Jill pushing more for education. Jill Biden. I
Hmm.
know she's the first lady and all, but to be honest, I mean, I don't want the first lady role to be stagnant like it was with Melania. Because with
Yes.
Melania, she just stood there with, "We are not going to bully anyone," while her husband was bullying people. So I hope Jill can do more than that. And I'm so wrong for that, y'all. For real, I'm really
You
bad. I'm
are.
the type of person I pick up accents. I'm so bad. I
We
pick up accents, and I just don't. I don't want it to be a repetitive what it was happening the last 3 years.
right. Michelle Obama definitely set the bar as when it comes
She,
to first ladies. So I definitely agree with that. And I want Kamala to
thank
be a
you.
little more vocal. I want her to be a little
So,
bit more vocal.
what do y'all think about the
Mm-mm.
COVID relief bill? Was that not something that was good and needed in the first 100 days?
I think it was needed, absolutely. But thinking as far as the United States has been needing it, it was like a drought and it was a sprinkle, you
Yes,
know.
Um,
it
So
was
it
needed
didn't make
back
as
in
much of
April,
an
March of last year.
impact.
Hmm.
Right. It wasn't much of an impact. It was like a small relief, but it's like the people still need more because it was a drought. People are needing, I like that the evictions and things like that are being taken care of, but it's just like it's still a lot of struggle happening out here.
No, it is,
so,
and
and then of
the
course
COVID
we're
relief
getting
bill.
100 vaccinations, 100 million. He's surpassed that already. So that was
Yeah.
something as far as the vaccinations.
Yes, but he took too long, and I think that was an issue that we had because he had promised that this was going to be one of the very first rollouts. When Uncle Joe was in campaigning, he was stating it as it was going to be very aggressive. Now
Right.
I know there's a lot of red tape to go through, and there was a lot of there's supply and demand. We need to have enough vaccinations to bring out. But he to be honest, he was a little slow. I just don't want it to be again. I don't want it to be repetitive. I don't want him. I hope Uncle Joe's not going to be these politicians that promise, and nothing. Because just like Crystal said, it wasn't just Michelle. Barack really got on it when he came out. Because
Agreed.
remember, Barack got us out of the 2008 financial crisis. When people always go back to that and they want to talk about, oh, George Bush or Republicans say, oh, with George Bush. No, they always want to blame Barack for that. George Bush is the one that let all that legislation ease up and all that red tape just
Well,
and got us in the housing market crisis. Which even before that, that was from his daddy's side. That was from George Bush Sr. And Clinton
yes.
didn't do much either. But Clinton was there in the office for 8 years. He should have known something was going to happen. But then Bush was in there for 8 years as well, and he loosened up all that, and he created all this issue. Barack started giving, even though a lot of people were against Barack, he started doing he tried to he actually, not that he just did the bailout on Wall Street. He did bailouts on the what was it, the car companies, because he wanted
Hmm.
for Detroit to still have the warehouses going in there and everything. And that's what I'm saying is that, you know, you have to, and we can't, and I know we can't compare apples to oranges because they're two different people. But the way this campaign, maybe it was a sense of a false sense of security because we felt like, okay, you're coming from the Obama administration, you're going to be just as aggressive. Maybe that's me, but I just feel like he's just too stagnant. He's like, it's like sitting there.
I
It's like
think people
still
had
water.
higher expectations
Yes.
because we have the Senate, because we have the House, and because we have the White House. I think people expected more expediency and things to be done in a more timely manner. But what I can tell you, I'm excited to hear because it was something that lingered from the Obama era that bothered me, and that was the infrastructure and them wanting to go through and get the lead pipes out of our public, out of buildings and out of homes,
Mhm.
and doing something about the water in Flint and all of these things.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
it seemed
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
Obama, because I saw the video of Obama going to Flint, and then he's like, "Ooh, somebody hand me a glass of water," and that publicity stunt was so repulsive to me, and it tainted my view of Obama. After that moment, I never looked at him the same because
Because it's sad. Because
that was a real thing that those people were suffering, and it's a real thing that's going on here in Houston. I don't drink my tap water because I had a full disclosure to my apartments. I hope they're not watching, but I had a leak upstairs and I had put a towel down. And how come came back the towel was brown. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
hell? Have I been brushing my teeth with this water? And so now I have to get
Exactly.
filters
sadly,
and stuff. And so I'm like, what about there are people that like will just drink out of the so our water isn't that much better than Flint. And then you have to think across the country, it's like that. It's not just Houston, it's not
Right.
just Flint. And in some places, yes, it is worse, but it shouldn't be like that anywhere.
Anyway.
And so for Joe Biden to make an aggressive infrastructure pitch, and I hope that he's like, I'm willing to negotiate. No, you shouldn't be willing to negotiate because all of that stuff needs to be done. All of that stuff needs to happen. First things first, rip out all of the plumbing across the country. People are drinking that water, getting sick, having illnesses. They don't know why they're ill. It's the water. And I feel like,
well,
they
no,
say follow the money. It's the water, stupid. It's like
Right.
that's crazy to me. I think a lot of health problems stem from a lot of Americans drinking bad water. And so I was glad that he went with infrastructure instead of immigration. I guess I have the luxury of not being an immigrant, so I can say that. And so I don't want anybody to get upset with me for saying that. This is
I
just
may.
my vantage point. And it's like, I'm drinking dirty water. Well, I'm not, but I could be drinking. I'm bathing in dirty water, and so that's what's in my house. Now, if you have an immigration issue, that might be what's going on in your house. So I think it's going to be from the lens that you're looking through that you're going to see if he's doing a good job or a bad job. And so for me, when he went with infrastructure first, I was excited. But now he has turned that over to Kamala to
That's what I was
take
gonna
care
say.
of
Yeah.
the immigration at the
Mhm.
border. So maybe he just passed the bill, passed the buck on that one. But hopefully he'll circle back to double check to make sure she's making progress. So maybe they're trying to walk and chew gum at the same time. I don't know. But I
Well,
do
I
know
was
that infrastructure, we need roads, bridges, and our water has to be fixed immediately.
well, I was gonna say that statistics have shown that if you live east of downtown Houston, there's about 37% higher risk of you contracting cancer. And
Yeah.
also, and then I grew up in this neighborhood. I grew up in Kashmir Gardens. I grew up on by Lockwood and Cavalcade and Engleford, and that's where I think the old was it Pacific Railroad has their station. There's a
Hmm.
huge, and it just came out like a year ago too. There's also statistics have shown that just breathing the air quality there, you have a
Yes.
higher risk of lung cancer.
I was gonna
And
say that.
so,
That's why a lot of kids have asthma, young kids, because the air
hmm
quality in these inner cities are so poor.
Exactly. And so
hmm
infrastructure most definitely, and it was like our country is actually a dumpster fire and we didn't know it because with the
Mm.
immigration being so bad, with the infrastructure being so bad, the water being so bad, the air, it's like, but people are walking around like do 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 do, life is great, and it's not. And so it's
you can
also
taste the difference in certain
well,
You
areas
yeah.
of
can
town.
feel
And
the
You can taste
difference.
it.
as soon as I got
You
the
can
filter
feel
on
the
my
difference.
water, I even Cali gets water from the Brita filter. It's like
hmm
nobody's drinking that water. I'm sorry, and I hate
Yeah.
that I have to put my booty in it. It's like, oh Lord, what's happening to my ass? Oh Lord,
Keep that mouth closed. Keep that mouth closed, because so
I'm not. Well,
I'm gonna shut up. I'm shut up. That's
I
after dark
understand
coffee. After dark coffee.
completely. Yes, Shay said yes. After dark, come to after.
Because I was about to
Shay
start talking about
says
booty.
Shay says higher rates of cancer. She says,
Yeah.
yep, I grew up off of Lockwood and Lyons.
Oh, so we're
Mm.
from the same neighborhood.
And
Hey.
people never talk. People don't talk about it. And they're like, Houston, oh, Texas has great, but the water is awful. Period. I think it's the whole state. I know it's the whole city. So, you know,
Yeah.
and even if you live in the newer ones, where because I hear a lot of I don't know, but I hear a lot of the newer apartments that are built have built-in water filters
Hmm.
in their faucets. I don't know that to be a
So they
fact.
say.
Don't quote me, but even if I had that, I would still put a Brita filter thing on it. I would still.
Hmm.
I just would.
hmm
And so,
I
Let's just
don't
put it
blame
this
you.
way. I went to Barbara Jordan High School for careers, and I only know two people that are healthy from that school from my year,
Oh,
oh wow. And it's
and
no
that's the
surprise.
truth.
And I
hmm
will say, although we were poor growing up, we did not have a lot of stuff, and our water was on a well, and they had an automatic pump on the well.
yeah.
But bitch, the water was clean, and it was delicious.
Yes. Yes. I
Yes,
remember
ma'am.
growing up having well water as well. Like
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
our source was coming from well water. And I remember like even being in our bathroom, I would just get a cup and drink water from the faucet
Yes,
in the bathroom.
you
Like it was
could.
great.
And
And
I
now
remember because
I tell my kids don't even touch it. We have a filter
mhm,
built in, but we pay for that monthly. It's
yeah,
just like you need to take that extra precaution because it's
absolutely.
just so much crap in this water that they are peddling onto us.
Yep,
Just
this
think
is
about
fact.
all the runoff. Just think of all the runoff from San Jacinto and all the refineries. That
Oh,
runoff water into the
Yes.
drinking system. No, I'm good.
Yes.
And I know people may get
oh,
mad at me, but yes, baby, I'll be buying La Michoacana water bottle because I don't trust it here. Okay,
Yes.
La
well,
Michoacana water bottle,
I
two
remember
ninety
even
nine
growing
for
up
a
Yes.
24 pack.
back home, like because our cousins and stuff lived in the city, and so when we would go to their house and drink water, it didn't taste like our water back home. I bet our water
hmm
at home had this clean taste to it, and it was like I don't know, it was just delicious. And
Yeah.
the water in the city, you could tell city, it was like ooh, it wasn't good. And
Yeah.
so, and I'm sorry, infrastructure was that he should not budge on that. Now, I don't know if
Yeah.
he's going to get everything accomplished in these 100 days. Obviously, he's not, but I feel like he's made a good start. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I
As a
think it's a
realistic
definite
thing, yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's a great down payment on a first term. I think
I love that.
so. Shay says, side note, Down to Earth with Zac Efron on a documentary on Netflix touches on a lot of water around the world, and you'll be shocked to see how unhealthy all the way around the U. Oh, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't
Wait,
be
is it true
shocked at
that he got
all.
all buffed and stuff? Is it true? Because I haven't seen Zach Efron in a while. I heard he got buffed.
That
I'm
was
like,
your
all right,
takeaway from what I just said, Chris. That's your
yes. I'm like, all right,
takeaway.
daddy. Hey, hey, hey. They got
That was
whales
your
all over the world,
takeaway.
okay? They got
Zac
whales all over the
Efron is
world.
a
Let's think
snack.
about
Oh
oh,
my
is he a
God.
snack now?
This is turning into After
Gee.
Dark. I don't know what's going on with my cast tonight. Omar says, with all that said, all can be done at the same time. Immigration, water, contamination, everything is important. I think that's a
I
perfect
agree.
button
I
for that
agree.
topic. I think that's a
I
perfect button for that topic. Now
Omar, you're
we're
gonna
gonna
get me fired and they're gonna hire him. You're gonna get me fired from the show and he gonna be on here.
well, Apparently, we might have 2 spots available next season, so who
Oh,
knows?
do I need
No,
to be
Nah.
worried? Do
no.
I?
Julie has voiced that she doesn't want to be full time next season. She's not going
Oh,
to get
okay.
it. She
I was
voiced
about to
that
say,
She
I
is
love
inside.
to
busy.
hear it.
Yeah,
Oh,
and Charles isn't returning, so we will be having 2 new cast members next season. So, but
I frankly, I thought Charles was gonna return today.
um,
Quite
we
frankly.
we can talk
So
about that. That'll be the wrap up at the end. Let's
okay.
talk about Governor Abbott.
Oh, don't say all
He
that
has
stuff now. Who's on my belly?
Governor Abbott has put
Who's on
this
my belly?
ban on passport vaccinations. And what a passport vaccination is like, where you have to show your vaccination in order to go into certain places that are government buildings in the state of Texas. He's banned that. Like, you don't have to show that. Was that a good thing or was that a bad thing? What do you think, Chris?
Okay, honestly, y'all saw my belly, didn't y'all? Because all that shit,
I
that
didn't
post
know.
was flying
No,
down.
because we had the thing up. We couldn't
No
see you.
way. So,
Well, I
in all,
couldn't see you.
in all fairness, I'm kind of glad he did that because I lost both of my vaccination cards. I don't know where they're at. I just don't fully vaxxed. I just lost both of them. I haven't.
Somebody
Okay, I
said,
think
yes,
one's like,
Chris is fine AF. So did you show your body or something?
I think I did. Oh,
Hold on, pause before we go to this topic. Okay, because it's like,
I don't
yay,
know
I
what the hell
can
y'all
watch.
saw
Chris.
over here with my
Yes,
damn body
y'all,
in the
watch it.
hospital.
What just for that? He fine. Oh,
In real
Okay,
life.
Shay, I'm not gonna put that up there. That's very mean.
I'm gonna start an OnlyFans page.
Oh,
Well, I think you just
It's
did.
gonna be called Big Boy
Oh my
H
gosh, Shay
Town.
said Hot Wheels gotta go. Oh Lord have mercy. So anyway, you lost most of your vaccination cards. Couldn't you
I
get more
did.
copies of them?
I don't know how because I actually got them. I got my vaccinations down at the Legacy Clinic at the Walgreens and the Legacy
I'm sure
Clinic,
they have a record of it. I would think
but
they
I
have a
yeah, I'm about to
lost.
say they
record.
should have a record.
Oh, because I didn't know. Because I was like, what do I do? Because I think one of them I dropped it in the ground, and the other one's like in a hoodie somewhere. I'm hoping it's in a hoodie somewhere. I'm
Well,
really
Office
So is
Depot
that
is
the only reason
laminating them.
is that the only reason you think that's a good idea though?
well because yes, because why? You know. Okay, like so I heard Office Depot's laminating them, and there's people like me that we lose everything. I lose everything. My head wasn't attached to my body; it'd be gone.
Oh
So I
no.
Don't you
mean,
want to know that people are vaccinated when you go into these crowded government buildings and things?
Yes.
Like the Social
no.
Security
Well, see,
office or the
this is
The
why.
DMV
No,
is always packed. Don't you want to
but
like,
this is
is
why.
everybody up here
This is why.
vaccinated?
Because I'm gonna have 2 masks on. Number one. Number two, if it's too crowded, I'm not walking in that hole. Mm-mm. I'm
But
not
see,
walking.
Shay
yeah, I
says
could
No, for
see
the
yes.
if this
next.
was for I could see if this was for like a flu shot, right? The regular flu shot. But this is COVID, currently
Yeah,
what we're in right
Well, no,
now.
exactly, and
And
that's
yeah.
what I'm
because
saying. Like,
we're trying to
but I
decline the
wouldn't go.
numbers.
I wouldn't go anywhere crowded. Seriously, and even if I needed, like, let's say I would go to DMV because DMV now is offering extensions on everything, and I think they have
Mhm.
extensions on driver license and everything. I will literally, if I walk in, let's say I have an appointment at 1:30, and I go in at 12:30, and there's like 500 people, and there's a line out the door, like always, especially the one that used to be
Mhm.
on Tacoma, which is still in Tacoma. I don't know, but if that still happened, I'd be like, huh, I'm gonna see y'all later. I don't care if I'm driving with license expired. I'm not gonna risk myself because remember we've already discussed this like 3 or 4 times on the show, and I don't know if we came to the agreement or not. But it's my decision. I have to take that conscious
Right.
effort to say, is this gonna put me at risk? If it puts me at risk, then I'm not gonna go in there. Now, a
But
government building,
everybody
why?
doesn't have
Because
that common sense. Everybody doesn't have that. And some people don't have the
Right.
luxury of that.
well,
Common sense ain't so common, but
baby, let
we
Darwinism
have
take
to
its
be
toll.
mindful of realistic expectations as well.
Correct.
What if you have to? What did he say?
So you gotta be the new Charles. Is that what it is?
I said no. I said let Darwinism take its toll. I mean,
You
if you
know,
if you
if they
if you
die, they
ain't
die.
listening,
Fuck 'em.
exactly,
If they get it,
like
they get it. That's on
you
them.
stay over there.
Well, dang,
No.
Chris, good Lord. And my point that I was making was what if you don't have a choice? What if there's
That's what
deadlines
I
that
was.
have to
Yeah.
be made? What if, like, every circumstance is not the same? So why won't you make it something that's, going to be readily available once you get the vaccination that, hey, I have it. I can go in. I'm safe. And you're not,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a situation. Well, it is of, it being overcrowded, but we have to be realistic too. Everybody's not going in for the same reason.
I agree. I agree. I at first when I said a
True, you're
passport
right.
until you have your vaccination,
Because
I'm like, girl, but then I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, because some people are assholes.
Yeah,
well, I was
absolutely.
gonna say I have an attorney. If I need anything, I'll just be like, I'm gonna throw his name out there because I know some people in the community know him. But he's a sweetheart. His name is Barry Bob Garnett Law. That's his
I never
email
heard of
address.
him.
Bob Garnett Law. He's such a sweetheart. I think he's been to a lot of your shows. He's a sweetheart. And if I ask him,
Yes.
hey, I can't go there, he has. Yeah, you probably don't because he's very shy. But yeah, but not a lot of
Oh,
people have like.
But does he
Not
tip
people have.
me?
He tips, but
Oh, Barry, let me
I'm
look
not gonna
this up.
say. Don't ask. I know he tips, but he tips, y'all. He tips nice. You
Is he
gotta
okay.
like
is he
shake it up
single?
front, shake it up front, or shake it to the back, baby. But then again, this is Dana and Coffee at Nights. I should stop talking like that. But
I
no, you're
know
right.
you are just determined to turn this into the after dark show. Oh my God.
It's only us three.
Shay's
That's
looking.
why.
Shay's looking for the link. She said yes, you can get a copy of your card. So Shay's gonna find the
That's
link.
great.
Thank you, Shay,
And
because
Zach is getting his vaccine tomorrow. He's getting the Pfizer version. I have my second Moderna in a couple of few, like 3 weeks.
well, I'm
I'm
gonna give
still waiting on
advice.
my job. They're gonna have us. They're gonna set our appointments because our work schedule is crazy. Working in the mortgage industry, the
Mhm.
rates are super low, so work is super crazy right now. So I'm
Really,
having
the
to wait
rates?
to
Let
get
me
my
tell you,
appointment.
Crystal, we need to talk because I've been trying to look for a house. Um,
Okay.
yeah,
Another
but I
connection.
got good credit. I just don't know if I got
Oh, we
income
love good
for it.
credit.
Oh, thanks, Omar. You got me that good credit. No, but
Look, if my lease goes up again, I'm gonna be looking for something.
mm,
Don't we
mm,
know it? But yeah, I'm waiting on my appointment though. But that's Chris, that's a luxury you have. We have to talk, we
yes.
have to consider everybody in that this
Yeah,
whole arena,
That's what
I
I was
you
think
know?
saying. Not everyone has
we're
the
getting
resources
away
I
from
have.
being a community type country.
Yeah.
We used to look out for each other, and now it's becoming like a. Are you finna show us your body again? Is we're looking. We used to be a community type country where you looked out for your brother, you looked out for your sister, you cared about
Mhm.
each other, and now it's like every person for themselves all of a
Yeah.
sudden. And I think we have to pull away from that. And so I wish we would have kept the passport idea because people aren't going to look out for other people, and
Yeah.
sometimes they have to
Yeah.
be made to do it.
Okay,
That's
I'm
what
gonna
I
agree.
think.
I'm agree with this one. I'm agree with this one because you're right. Not
Yay,
everyone
we
has what I
changed the
have. I
we
didn't
changed
change
the
what I said. I will agree. We
don't
can
take
agree
the
to disagree.
Johnson and Johnson. You know what's wrong with the Johnson and Johnson vaccine?
Oh, let me tell you why. Because
There
he
was a
almost died. Let me tell you.
recall on it.
But that
Y'all
was
should have seen
not
that
that was
meme,
a user. That was a human error, not the vaccine, though.
Right. But that was
baby.
in
No,
two different countries, right? So it didn't have anything to do
Oh,
with the US. My
baby.
dad got the
No,
Johnson and Johnson. My dad
yeah.
got it.
baby. Let me tell y'all. No, let me tell y'all. Omar always has an appetite. We could be like in the freeze during the hurricane. This man would eat. He'd be like, I'm hungry every 4 hours. And if you don't feed him, he gets hangry. He took that shot. He was laying in bed crying, and he would not eat. Like I'm talking about when Omar doesn't have an appetite, you really got to call 911. If this
Oh
man
Oh
doesn't
wow.
have an
wow.
appetite, and he was it was body aches, and he had this
Hmm.
horrible splitting headache. He couldn't even keep his eyes open.
Oh
That's how bad
wow.
it was. That's how. But just because I'm saying this doesn't mean it's gonna have the same adverse reaction to everyone else.
Exactly. My
True.
dad said he forgot. Him and his wife, they forgot they even had the vaccination. So
Well, I
I've been
remember
seeing
2 days
the
after it was killing my ass for 2 days, and
Really?
that was just my first shot. And they
yeah,
said the second shot is the one that's the doozy. I'm like, oh, bitch,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I hope my next one is in the weekday, in the middle of the week, and I have to go to work because I was at
right.
work that Friday night. I was just that Saturday night. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go home. The show is. They're like, good more numbers. Bye. I'm leaving.
It's
Usually,
true.
I used to stay there until 2 o'clock doing the encores and stuff, but that wasn't happening
Mhm.
that night. I said, "Oh, nope, one
Right.
o'clock. Gotta go. I gotta go."
Right. But this is just history repeating itself with any type of vaccination. If you read up on any other pandemic or any vaccination that everybody's gonna have different reactions to it is just, treat your body well as much as you can.
Okay, Zach says, sorry, Roxanne, but when has America been conscious of their fellow men? When has America been looking out for each other? I remember my world in the 70s. I remember it. I was born in the 60s, but I remember being a kid in the 70s, and there was just this sense of man. I remember that's when they had the Hands Across America in the 80s. Remember Hands Across
Hands
America?
across America.
Remember Live Aid? Remember We Are the World? I mean, it goes on and on. Yes, we have had that sense of looking out for each other, a sense of community. And I know back in Whistleville, Georgia, Winder, Georgia, Auburn, Georgia, Carl, Georgia, Barrow County, there was a sense of community there. I can walk from one end of the county to the other county and not worry about getting raped, mauled, or murdered, and I felt safe.
Wait a minute now, because in the 70s, Houston had the Candyman, and
I
because of
wasn't in
him, I couldn't
Houston.
go
I
trick or
wasn't in
treating.
Houston.
But
I was
because of
in
him, I couldn't go
Georgia,
trick or treating for like 3 years.
but I
My
was in a
mom be like,
small
"No,
town.
don't take no pixie sticks. They gonna kill you." I'm like, "I know
I
I'm gonna
was
get
in a
diabetes
small town
later,
in
but let me just
Georgia.
eat some candy."
I was in a small town in Georgia, so we didn't have, and they had the Rodney King murders in the 80s in Atlanta. But in my town, in Barrow County, where I was from, we didn't
I thought
have that
Rodney
kind
King
of
was in
worry.
'92.
No, I
There
said,
was another Rodney King.
no, I didn't say Rodney King. I said that the Atlanta child murders by Rodney,
Oh,
I forgot his
yes.
name, but the Atlanta
Okay,
child
I didn't know that.
murders. And yeah, it was an epidemic. There were little black boys
Yeah.
being murdered. They were being murdered, a whole bunch
I
of them.
remember being a teenager, being able
But
to go to the movies, walk around my
that's what
neighborhoods,
I'm
things
saying.
like that. Like there's always
Even
these small sectors in our lives where we do have a
that's what I'm
sense.
saying. Even
I'm
when
trying
with
to
the
remember.
terrible that was going on in the world, you still felt safe in your community.
You
That's
know, I'm
what
trying
it
to remember
was.
too,
That's what I'm
because
talking about, Zach.
in
That's what
Houston
I'm
in the
talking about.
70s, there was also a gay guy that was like molesting kids and killing them, and they found like a big old graveyard near
Oh
like a used
shit!
part dealership. Yeah, look it up. Look it up. It gets really good. The story. Not
I
for me. I mean,
definitely
for me, it's
will.
fine, but for them, they
Yeah,
didn't like it. But
yeah,
But
for
we got
sure.
off topic. We were talking about Governor Abbott. I don't know how we're here to talk about
Oh,
well,
that.
we're talking about the same
But the
thing. A
point is,
killer.
I do think that he should have left the passport idea, left it as a thing,
yeah,
and I because I don't feel like we're in
Okay.
a space of community now.
yeah.
No, but okay, you're right. No, let's be honest. Let me have a heart. Yes, because there's people I need to stop because you're right. Because there's like people here in rehab. There's people that have it way off than me, and I gotta,
Mm,
we gotta think about them. So there's people out there that may not have the financial resources or the people around to go, to the courthouse for them. So you're right.
Zach
Okay, you
says
changed
he
my
has
mind.
a rebuttal. He rebutted me, and he said, in America's history as a whole, though, outside of everybody's front door being always open and everybody told your mama when you was acting up. When has
yeah,
America helped each other? But that's the
that's true.
America. But no,
That was a
that's that
community
truth.
helping each other.
My truth, my America that I grew up in, that was my America. You did get your butt whooped by the neighbor mother if she saw you acting out, and
Mhm.
then she called your mom and told you I had to spank so and so because they was acting out. Your school
Right.
teacher was calling home. My America that I grew up in, and that's the only America that I know, is the one that I grew up in. They did have that sense of community, and that I loved it that because I didn't see the world as a whole as a kid. I saw the world
Hmm.
around me. And that one around me, yes, we could sleep with the door open, the windows up. And yes, we could go to the store like, you know what, put that on my tab. I'll come and pay it at the end of the week.
Right.
That kind of small town. Mayberry from the Andy Griffith show. I lived in a town very much like that. And so
Hmm.
that was my reality. And so that's the one I can say, yeah, we did. In the 70s and 80s, we did look out for each other.
In that specific place, though, you can't negate
But,
the other communities that
I,
wasn't like that.
but we all come from again, the lens that I looked through was the one I grew
Right.
up in.
Yeah.
So that's what I was speaking to, Zach. I hope that clears that up, and you can
My
save it for.
America. Wait, I was
Well,
abandoned
because
in a
that's the
small
only
town. I'm
America
not
that people
lying.
know. People know they're America.
That's true.
No, I'm not
Until
for
you turn
this.
on the news. Until you turn on the news.
Until you turn on the news.
Until you turn
And
on
then you're
the
like, what
news.
happened?
All
Hmm.
right. we're going to switch gears for our final topic of the season. I think it's a fun
Oh,
topic. So, what I know, oh, I should
It
have a
came so
sound.
it
fast.
is.
I should have a sound. 10 weeks went by really quick,
Really, very, very fast.
and I think the
I was really
reason 10
hoping for
weeks
those
went by,
52 weeks, Miss Dana.
huh?
I was really hoping for those 52 weeks, girl. I was.
You mean 25 weeks? You mean 25 weeks, not
Oh, it was
52 weeks.
25. Yeah, I'm sorry,
I'm
25.
like,
Girl, I was like
after
six
season and
months.
a half, it'll be 25 weeks. And it's like, usually
52
I was
weeks.
thinking we did 5 episodes a week, and that's but anyway, but I think that's what made it slower in the first season was because we did five, well, not all of us, I did 5 episodes a week. And so
You would.
that made those 10 weeks seem really long. But
Mm-hmm.
this 10 weeks went by really, really fast, it seems like. But I can look back
Yeah.
and see where we talked about a lot of things. But they were a good 10 weeks. So let's just say it that way. But our final topic of the season that we're going to talk about is the pop culture, because we added that in. Lil Nas X.
Mm,
That's him giving the devil a left hand.
that's my baby.
So this music video has caused an uproar.
Yes,
And he looks luscious.
he
If,
does.
if you say so,
He's a
he
cute.
is
He's a
caused
cute
an
little
uproar.
brother. He's a cute
And
little brother.
what was pointed out to me was at the end of the video, or at some point in the video, he kills the devil and then he becomes the devil.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were saying that it was a metaphor for be careful when you dance with the devil. And you can dance with the devil, but you will always end up killing that devil and becoming the devil that you danced with. And they say it was a metaphor for people in their lives. So when I heard it that way, I'm like, oh, I can see that. I didn't watch the video, and I don't know how you get that from that, but okay. Okay. So if that's the message of the video, I think that's a really cool message, and it's a cautionary tale. Because the very thing that you wag your finger at, or the very thing like, oh, this is not going to harm me, and the next thing you know, you become that thing in both instances. What do y'all think? When you have you seen the video? We'll go with Crystal first.
I've seen the video. I
What
follow
did
him
you
on Instagram because my son loved that Old Town Road song. So
think?
I just kept up with the guy because I was like, maybe he'll come out with something else cute for my my son. But then this song came along, and when I
Would
first
you
heard it,
let your
I was like,
son watch that video?
nah. I mean, that would be irresponsible of me. Like, come on,
Okay. Well,
But
somebody had made a point on television. I was watching a show; they were talking about it, and one of the ladies, she felt betrayed because she thought that Old Town Road was so cool for her kids,
Mhm,
and it's showing them with the LGBT and country music and rap, and she
mhm.
thought it was a great thing. And so when the new Lil Nas X video came out, she felt like, oh,
Mhm.
this is who you are. And so she felt some kind of
Yeah.
way.
I
Did you
mean,
feel that at
I
all
think
as a
that's
parent?
no, hell no. I think what he did for himself and for that his younger self in this video was very necessary.
Mm.
And like I do follow him, so I read up a lot about his story and what he talks about. First of all, he trolled the entire video, but
Loved it,
the
right?
whole
Love
message
that.
was like, y'all keep telling me I'm gonna go to hell because I'm gay. Well, I'm gonna do it in my own way. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Mm.
gonna live my truth the way I want to do it, but I'm not going to leave it as a responsibility of an artist to raise my children. Like he said, I'm not here to do that. I'm here to be my authentic self, and people's authenticity changes as they evolve. So I'm not leaning
Ooh, say
on
that again. That's a
artists.
word, honey.
I'm
That's
not
a
going to
word
lean
right
on an
there.
artist to raise my child. That's wild as hell. I think people are being really like up in arms just because talking
And
about the shit in church and like,
you,
bruh, he first of all, he trolled y'all hard and I love it. And the fact that he slid down a pole to hell to twerk on the devil was absolutely flawless. It was about the Garden of Eden and all of that, and I was like, the visual was
mm,
beautiful. To watch the visuals of the video was absolutely
Hmm.
beautiful because he
Yeah.
was being himself, and he was expressing himself for the first time for us. And it's just like,
He
all right,
uses
leave the
art.
kid alone, you know?
Wow. What did you think of the video, Chris? Chris, have you seen it?
Yes, and I'm just gonna say that I wholeheartedly stand against Little Nas because let me just say it like this, Little Nas X, because he did art to the point that it could have jeopardized his career. It could have jeopardized
Yeah.
his career where it could have shut him down. And I'm so
It
glad that
was
it
a
took
yeah.
it the other way because it went from it could have shut him down because at the beginning when there was like little small trailer previews of the video, people were like, "What
Mm-hmm.
is this? What's going on?" But
Mm-hmm.
it must have been the advertising behind it. But what he did is, and I don't care. People are saying, "Oh, he sold himself to the devil." No, he didn't. He exactly said
No.
what Crystal said. He said all these times that you guys were criticizing me, I was going to hell by my own not just own people like culture, but he was talking about family. Because
Yeah.
that's where the interview comes from. It was his family that kept saying that to him. So by him
Yeah.
doing
Mm.
it, he said, I'm going to do something artistically and show you this is what you make and he's not doing it just for himself. He's doing it for all the other kids that have to, face that,
Yes.
face that
LA.
That's
percussion
exactly what I was gonna say. Like, can you
that
imagine that
deal,
little black
those
boy that's
charges.
happy now?
Girl, what are you
The little
doing? Calm
Mexican
down.
boy, all these little kids,
Yes.
boys and girls,
Yes.
anybody, trans, how they face all
Yes.
that by religion, how religion is just always, saying you're going to hell, you're going to hell. That's a simple answer. So what he did
Yeah.
is and this is why I respect him so much, he went above and beyond to show the
Hmm.
hypocrisy, but not only the
Yes.
hypocrisy that, what's it in the Bible says that everybody should love each other or love each other
Hmm.
regardless, that even all these Christians that talk about all this, oh, we love you, or that we hate the sin, but we love the person. None of all
Yes.
that went out the window, and it's saying you're being a hypocrite when you're judging me. And so he went out the way,
Mm-hmm.
and not only that, he did that creatively, and he almost,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to say this, and I hope it didn't, but I'm glad that he's the most number one on the billboards because it could have really affected and ruined his career. And on top of that, just like Cardi B said it, she said, "I'm not here to raise your kids." So
Exactly.
Right.
and
Well, that was
not
our
only that,
topic a few
but
weeks ago.
but
Yeah.
this happened again in 2004 when Britney Spears was like this innocent pop star. Then she came out with what,
Mm-hmm.
"I'm a slave for you." It was
Yeah.
"I'm a slave
You
for
got
you," and people were like,
yeah.
"Oh my God!" She went from this to this. So you have to allow an artist to go to different ends,
Yes.
and that's what I just love
Absolutely.
about them.
They're
Zach
human.
Zach has said, law people want to hang Lil Nas X for humping and killing Satan, but nobody want to condemn a liar or hands that shed innocent blood, things that God said he hates, not LGBT people. Read your Bible.
Hmm.
Ooh,
Okay.
Exactly. They want to judge Lil
a
Nas
little
X,
louder,
but they don't.
Zach. A little louder.
Mm.
We can put a bloop on that, as
But
Nene Leakes would
nobody, no,
say.
but
Bloop.
look how quiet the whole James Franco thing is going. James Franco is just being accused for being a child predator, but ain't nobody saying
Oh,
nothing. But they want to come and accuse James Franco. He was being accused of like
oh,
child
James
molesting, like he
Franco.
was a predator. But nobody's talking about that. But
Child.
they want to talk about Lil Nas X. You know why? Because it's an LGBT and it's a minority. That's why they're
Yes.
going after him hard.
Mm.
That's why
Yeah.
I say I really, really, I will support him all the way 100%. I will buy his music. I will buy everything, and I have bought it because he went out the way creatively, artistically to prove a point.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
like I said, I don't know. Um, I didn't get into the blood in the shoes and the Nike shoes. I wasn't into that. I'm not into him doing anything with the devil. I'm not about that life. So good for you, girl. Do your thing, Miss Girly. I ain't got to
Come
do
on,
all
I'm
that.
not about that life.
I am not going to be fucking with you and fucking around with God and Satan and none of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that. I'm not going to glorify it. I'm not going to normalize it. That's your thing. Do you? And so, but I'm not going to judge people who do like it, and I'm not
Right.
even going to judge him because he likes it.
I mean, people are pretending like Marilyn Manson isn't a thing. People
Yeah,
are
well, they're
Like
pretending
like
he
like a
like
lot
he
of
never did
stuff.
anything.
But
let's make this a real conversation if it's gonna be. Like, there's been more
right,
than enough shit that's been satanic and things like that out into the world before Lil Nas X made his debut. So
exactly. And
it's a
my
shame.
my sin is not going to send you to hell.
Absolutely.
So
Exactly.
what are you really worried about? But and again, you can take the same stance that I took. Yeah, girl, that ain't for me. You keep that over there. That's your lane, boo. I'm not down with that.
Yeah.
Hell no,
But that's
girl.
too
If
much
Tina
like
Turner would
right.
have done something,
It's too much like right to just turn the cheek.
you
Everybody want to
know,
be like Jesus till it's time to be like Jesus. They don't want to turn the other cheek because they so high and holy on their throne that they think they have a heaven and hell to put
right?
people in. So it's
Because
like
that's
they want to
you cannot
condemn
do
you.
your thing and you can mind your own business.
It's really that simple.
You ain't got to go before God. If you even, he might not even believe in God. You don't know. You can't put your beliefs on somebody else in this day and
Exactly.
age. So, girl, go on with that.
They did a
So,
lot for this one.
yeah, they really did. Chris,
You're
why don't we
funny.
just have an emoticon for you and not an avatar, should I say, and not a photo? Where'd you go? Is he
I'm
there? Can
right
he hear
here.
us?
I'm
I
right
Okay,
can
are
hear
you?
here. Can
Are
you hear
you?
me?
Yeah, but we can't see you. Are you naked? Oh, okay.
No, no, I wasn't naked.
Because I'm
I
like,
was
you are
just taking my
determined to
bag
be
off.
doing this after dark, honey. We're not doing that.
I'm about to do this OnlyFans. I'm about to do this OnlyFans. Watch. I'll make some money off
Okay,
this.
Elvis Presley's
Because what
Zach
did my mama
says
say? There's an ass for every seat, baby. There's an ass for every
Elvis
seat. So I know
Presley's hips
I got some
being
people out there for
censored
you.
on Ed Sullivan, Marilyn Manson, Josephine Baker. They were sending your children to hell. Okay. Yes. So this is an ongoing
Mm.
thing. Maybe that's just what rock and roll, music, rap, hip hop, that's what it's supposed to do. Push boundaries. It makes you think, ask questions. Like Madonna said all the time.
Hmm.
T.S. Madison like said, I'm not going to the fish fry. No, your ass is going to. The society
See,
always uses the excuse, the children this and that, and they don't see that the problem is not the artist, it's the parents and the judgment. And
I just don't get it.
that's a
I don't
perfect
get
button to
how.
put on that too.
Because old people always want to say, "You're gonna go hell for this. You're gonna go hell for that." Are you gonna go hell to hell when you were
Well, who are
17 with
these
your kid?
old people? I don't think old people are saying that. I think old people
Mm.
are getting a bad
Really?
rap too. Well, I'm old. So
You're
it's
not
like
Stop.
old.
Stop it.
old
I'm
people
talking about
aren't
these 80
saying
year
that.
olds. These 80-year-olds are like, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing that because back in my day, don't be
But
lying. You
what
know what you did
80-year-olds
back
are
in the day."
saying that? I have not heard anybody old saying
Oh,
anything.
I've heard.
These are
Trust me.
people in their,
That
Like,
part.
the people I've seen complain
no,
about Lil
I'm
Nas
gonna
X
find
are
you.
in
I'm
their
find it. Look,
30s
look,
and
no,
40s.
because
I
I
have
know
seen
this. I
30-year-olds and
She ain't
40-year-olds.
listening. She ain't listening, but she's a 60-year-old and she lives up in Conroe, and she works with
Well,
me, and
that's
she's
not,
always
is that
like,
old?
"Oh, she's like back in my day, we wouldn't do this out in public." So I'm like, "So that's a sin." But you did it in the back of your daddy's Chevy. Okay
Oh,
then. Okay, then you
Okay.
ain't gonna talk about that then, right, girl?
All
But
you had to say to her was,
you wonder
what,
why you had your babies out of wedlock. But okay, okay,
the only
it
word
ain't
you
the
had to say
same,
to her
right?
was Woodstock. Woodstock happened and when she was young, so she was out there
that's it.
getting it in. So that's not true. Every
That's
generation
it.
has had that wild and out, that person that was over sexualized, and every
Yes.
generation has had that. So any older person that is saying that is lying. But like I'm saying, the criticism
Hmm.
I have heard and
They
seen
hoes
have been
still.
from they have been from 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds. They have not been
Stupid
from people
conservatives.
older. These are not conservative people. These are regular, I shouldn't say regular, but these are
These
non-conservative people.
I mean,
Mm-mm.
I'm getting it from the conservative side, just reading the comments and looking at the profiles, but we're all getting it from different, or we're all seeing it from different places, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Nobody ever attacks me. Are
Well,
we
it's not
talking
an
about the chat?
attack. It's just when you're scrolling, you can read
yeah,
what
just
people are
read it.
saying. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
because
I
I'm not
got.
saying an attack. We're just saying people that are criticizing Lil Nas X. That's what I have
Mhm.
seen. Yeah.
Y'all leave that child alone. Bless his heart. He's
That
doing
part.
good.
I
For real,
agree.
he's doing good. Because I'm gonna say this as an artist, if you have the nerve and the balls, because I'm very shy, but if someone has the nerve and the balls to go out there, or not just the balls, but the clit to go out and do something brave and courageous, I support
The
them
what?
all the way.
Say what
The
now?
The
balls or the clit,
clitoris.
Why are
If
we
they have the balls
stop
of the
trying to make this the after dark show?
I'm not making an after dark show. I'm just saying, if the person got the balls of the clitoris to be courageous and brave, to do something that
Yes.
million
I
other
think
people
that
wouldn't
you
do,
should say the
love them.
balls or the
Love them.
ovaries, sir. It's not the clitoris. It would go to the ovaries. Because
Okay, the
the testes is where the sperm is located, and
Okay,
the
so let's say it
egg
like
and the
this.
ovaries
If
where the
they
egg is
if they
located.
have
So that
let
would
me
be the
rephrase
best thing
this.
to say.
If a
You
person
got
has the
Roxanne all
testicles,
frazzled.
if the person has the testicles, the scrotum, or the ovaries, to be brave and courageous, what
The
millions of other
testicles
people
is
wouldn't do, love
the
them.
testicles are in the scrotum, sir.
I know that's what testicles, scrotum, and or ovary.
He just listing it off
Wait,
for you. He just listed. He
but let me
listed off
tell you
the
what's
pieces
worse.
for
Let me tell you
you.
what's worse. I was in school initially for nursing, and I still don't know what the fuck shit is.
Oh,
Okay. Uh, Wendy
oh
just
my
sent a
god.
message. I think Wendy sent a message that, oh my fucking God, doll. Uh, let's see where she at. I'm gonna do the wrap up. Okay, I'm gonna tell
She
her to
just
come in
woke
for the
up.
wrap up. Yeah, she
Tell
did.
her to come on in.
Come in for the wrap up because we're gonna wrap up the season right now.
Y'all better give me like 20 minutes of lecture. Take notes too.
All right, so this is we're gonna wrap up. I sent her the thing saying, "Come on in." Hey, come on in.
Come on in.
So anyway, y'all, I want y'all to give me a highlight. I didn't tell you this in advance, but we're gonna wrap it up. This has been a wonderful season. I want to thank the both of you. Y'all were wonderful. You did a great job. Chris showed up in the hospital. I can't help but to appreciate that. So tell me what your takeaways from the season. Something you liked, something you didn't like from the season. We'll start with Crystal.
Oh man. I'm just kidding. This has been a very amazing experience.
Oh yeah,
I've
this is
had
your first season. I just thought about it.
it
This is your first season.
is.
Yeah.
It's my first season. And
Let's
just being
let's
on
break into
here
the
has
freshmen.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. Uh, it's afforded me some opportunities that I shall talk about later. But
Okay.
this has been amazing. Like I've always wanted to do this. I've always wanted to do entertainment, speak my mind because I talk too damn much. And I'm so grateful that you even gave me the opportunity, Roxanne. I know I'm not looking at you, but I'm looking at your box right now because I'm just so grateful that you thought, that I would be a good fit. And
Oh,
not just because of my sexuality, but because of me.
yep,
And I'm
definitely.
truly, truly grateful. This has truly been something that I've loved. Just not even a like, I love it. And missing it is it's like a stab in the chest. So, what I didn't like is my guy that I argue with is not here. Like, come on, where are you at? I love you. Come back.
Thank
Um,
you.
At least hit me up in my DMs. Dang. Shit, love me off camera. Shit.
okay, Chris, give me your wrap up of the season. What you liked, what you
Well,
didn't like.
what I don't like is that I need to find the right angle because I'm dropping this phone so much. No, I promise.
We've
I
seen
promise. I
all
don't
of
know
you
what's going on
tonight.
today. Y'all seen all of me. Y'all seen the belly. Y'all seen the legs. Y'all seen everything. See, there we
Hey,
go. See, see. You just wait. What do y'all see? Oh my God, no. Okay, yeah, that's what goes on. That's what goes
I'll buy
on.
you a tripod, Chris.
I have one at home. I
That's
promise. I
his
have one
stripper
with a ring
name.
light. Yes, I have one at home with. Okay, what I like, and I know it's gonna sound crazy, but it's what I like is that I'm the education I receive here because regardless of different views and different points, she's coming on. She's coming on.
Yay!
Hey, Wendy.
Hey, Wendy!
Hey y'all.
Wendy, welcome. We're doing the wrap up. Crystal, we're doing one thing you like and one thing you didn't like about the season. We've heard from Crystal, and now we're hearing from Chris. Chris, start
But
over.
Wendy, you gotta rewind this because I was talking about scrotum, ovaries, and testicles.
No, she don't
All
need to hear
right,
about none of
so
that.
Watch the playback.
yeah,
Yeah,
watch the
watch
playback,
the
rewind
playback
it,
because we're not going back
reverse
there.
it,
It's been the
reverse it,
whole night.
reverse it. No,
He done showed us his
no,
naughty parts and everything.
I did, I did.
Well,
It's
I'm
gonna start
sorry I
only.
missed that.
That's no, it's okay. I'm gonna show you because I'm gonna open up an OnlyFans page. Big boy H Town
I'm a
713.
subscribe.
I'm
I'm
gonna
a
subscribe
subscribe.
too.
Okay,
And then
Chris.
I'm only gonna have, and I'm gonna have only the price of 199. Nothing about 50% off, 30% off, just 199. And if I get enough people, I can pay off my car. No, so what I've learned, what I've liked about the show, what I love about the show is that we come from different backgrounds, different point of views, and like I said, the education I received because I've learned some things, and I don't mind that I am the one that has to be corrected on screen because it just tells me people are watching, and what we do and what we say can make a difference to other people. And that's what I love, and that's why I will always sit here. If you ever have me again, I will sit here. I will make mistakes naively but openly, innocently, but I will learn from them. What I don't like is my angle of my camera. I'm gonna get that tripod. I promise, Crystal. I'm gonna stop wearing these
Please.
glasses. I'm gonna stop wearing these glasses because my eyes ED. Um, and then this tripod. I need the tripod. I'm gonna tell Omar bring me the tripod because look, I ain't no light now. Like the sun went down. I got light in the back over here. And I promise I'm not gonna be in the hospital next season. I promise next
Chris.
season I won't be in the hospital because hopefully it will start when there's no big freeze coming and I won't slip and fall. But
Yeah.
That's right.
but
Amen.
oh, what I can say is I've enjoyed and I I personally am fond of everyone on the show. I not that I say I love because that's just too much of a word, but I love our environments, what we bring, our point of views, and yes,
Mhm.
including Charles. I want Charles back. I assume Charles is gonna be back today. If he's watching, he knows what I'm talking about. Um, I don't. This is just a plea for Julie. I don't want you to leave at all completely. I want Julie to be here too because I love what Julie brings to the show. I love how Wendy is very opinionated, and that's just amazing. Wendy's got that great aura of
Yes.
her. Crystal with that beautiful face, looking 18, looking fine. I didn't even know she had kids, but I love that Crystal was also opinionated. We are all just opinionated people. I love how
Mhm.
like Dana, always looking fine with the hair, the wig, and everything. Hey,
Yes.
yeah, sure. And I love how she's always got that makeup going, looking cute. She about to get herself a husband. But
Oh.
I hope next season brings more opportunities for us.
And last but not least, so happy you could join us, Wendy.
Thank you.
What happened? Were you asleep?
I definitely laid down for a nap at like 2:30 and just woke up
Oh,
because my
that sounds
wife
like a
came in
good
and was like,
sleep.
"Wendy, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Why?" And I looked at the clock and went, "Oh my God." Awful.
I
Oh,
know that feeling. I know that feeling. Trust me.
just
Oh
But
my
exhausted. But
at least you could join us for the wrap up, and I'm glad that
yes.
you're here. And so it wouldn't be complete without you. So give us your one thing you like, one thing you didn't like about the season.
Oh, the one thing that I like, all of the changes that you made this season, I thought made the show look so much more professional, more put together. Um, I kind of liked the smaller format sometimes when only some of us were here and others weren't. I liked
Mhm.
that we had a little bit more of a rotation. Um,
I liked that a lot too, actually.
yeah.
Oh, bless you.
It gave everybody a little more time to expand on what they were thinking and feeling as opposed to just
Mhm.
trying to hurry up and get sound bites. Um,
Exactly.
so I thought that was great. I did not like that Charles left the way that he did.
Mm.
Um, it made me sad, but
It was heavy.
huh?
I said it was heavy.
Yeah, it made me sad. But
Yeah,
I do love our cast. I love the show so much, and I love the new format. I love all of it. I think that Dana, you've done a phenomenal job this season, and I can't wait to see what happens next season and what all we can get into cat fights over.
Yes.
Because we'll all be vaccinated, so hopefully we'll be able to do the show in person at some point.
Yes.
You're psychic because we were talking about that earlier. You were with us. You were out of your body. You were with us. So that's you were in spirit.
And I said I needed to talk to you, Wendy. I need you to uh get some connects for me in your Rolodex that you
Okay.
offered in one of our shows, because I'm feeling philanthropic.
He has the Rolodex of life, trust me.
Yeah, hit me up.
Yes.
Everything but a hitman, and I'm not too sure there's not one of them in there.
Oh, I got
So,
one. That's my cousin Tino. Mhm.
we got it all covered.
I'm not gonna tell
Oh
you where
my
he
God.
lives. I'm not gonna tell you where he lives, but Tino, the right amount of weed and beer, he'll take care of somebody. He'll take somebody else.
For weed and beer? Oh,
Weed and
Lord.
beer.
That's
Well,
a hell of
Go
a
from there.
price.
well, Zach has said what he loved about this season was the topics. What he hated was fucking StreamYard.
Yes, yes.
They gave him the blues every time he tried to fill in. It was
He
not
did.
happening.
Oh man.
Every time. I swear to God, every time. Well,
Oh
I have
damn.
loved about this season is everything. I loved. I love the fact that we went to this format of making this the actual show as opposed to just a segment of the show. I think that was like the number one thing. But what happened halfway through the season, because I was going to do an interview segment every week as well, but I fell so much in love with this course. I'm like, well, no, I think, and then I was losing interest in like just having people on to interview just for the sake of interviewing people. And my brother was the one that set the tone for that because I think I loved that the most of the season was having that hour of interview with my brother. That was monumental to me. It was so important. But it also, if you notice, that was the last interview. And that
Yes.
was because it's like, I want to do interviews that are impactful and mean something. I
Yeah.
don't want to just like, so when did you start drag? Oh, and where did you get your name
Oh,
from? I don't want to do those kind of interviews. No shade to anybody that does those kind. I want to do things that are impactful to the community, just like our platform is with this portion of the show. That portion has to be just on that same equal level. So I want to, going forward in the next season, I want to interview people that are actively doing something to make the world a better place. Those will be the interviews will be geared toward awareness.
I
And
love that.
and I learned that from that interview with my brother. That's what I have loved the most. What I did hate was the having any part in making Charles feel like he was being laughed at. Because if you watch the playback, I'm laughing the whole time. Even when he quit, I'm laughing my ass off. So it's like I'm like,
That's just
was
your
I the laughing
personality.
part? Well, yeah, and I'm not apologizing for it. I'm just saying I hate that it happened. Bitch, it was funny. Because, bitch, that what you were saying made no sense and it was hilarious to me. But you said it was funny to me. But I hate that it made you feel some kind of way. I'm not a monster. I hate that you felt ridiculed. It's one thing to be laughed at, it's nothing to be ridiculed. And I think that's what he felt in that moment. I think he felt dismissed by because you weren't scolding him, you were schooling him, and Wendy, and he felt dismissed by the schooling. But you get schooled because you need an education, and that's what was happening. And I'm like the kid in the back of the class laughing, so that was making it worse. And then with the baby Ryan was having his moment, so it was kind of a thing. It was like a storm. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah, it was a whole lot. It was a whole lot to watch.
And some people have a personality. Once they say something, they're going to stand by it. Even if they have cooled down and changed their mind, they won't change their mind publicly. And not saying that that's who he is. I'm just saying, because there's been deeper arguments and deeper things than that. So that to me said it wasn't about that. Did anybody else feel that? That's how I felt. But so that's the one thing that I did dislike. But things happen, and maybe next season we'll have a new conservative. Who knows? Well, we definitely will. And
I'm just gonna ask.
yeah, I don't know. I'm going to put the word out when it gets closer to season 3, which will be in the fall because I have a big summer coming up. So
yes.
we will be doing season 3 in the fall, and there'll be even, like I said, even more changes, and hopefully it'll look even better. Oh, and another thing I like that we had a streaming sponsor. I like that we had advertisers. So I want to thank Love the One You're With Wedding Officiant Services. They paid for the streaming this season. I loved Belle Miore was a sponsor, but they did not give me anything to sponsor to show that they were. It's a clothing thing. They're clothing luxury ladies apparel, but they didn't have a flyer, a photo, or anything for me to promote. But they believed in the show. They watched the show. They liked the show. They wanted to support. So they sponsored. So Bellamy Ore. And of course, Sweets by Elise. And of course, I keep saying it wrong every week. Templa.
Moss. It's just Moss Financial Multi Services.
It's called what?
Moss.
Timoff's.
Yes.
Timoff's Financial Services. So those are our advertisers and excited.
See, Wendy's laughing at me, but I'm not upset.
I'm not laughing at you.
But
okay.
That's something I did want
to. The shade.
Well, the financial services. They did a wonderful.
Just go with financial services. There we go.
Our advertisers. So hopefully next season we'll have even more advertisers and opportunities that I definitely want to talk to y'all about, so that y'all can make money from selling advertising on the show as well. If you sell an ad, that's going to be your money. So that's what we'll do in season.
Nice.
So that's what we're going to be doing. So lots of things, like I said, so we have the summer because I know Wendy has picked up. She is booked and blessed, baby.
Yes.
That is why you were sleeping, my dear.
I'm happy for you,
oh
Wendy.
my
I'm
gosh, tell
you.
me about it.
That is why you were sleeping, and that's why we're not even tripping about it, because, baby, your body had been shut down for a whole year, and now you get back there working. Like, she's like, oh, I'm tired, girl. No, you wanted to work. You wanted to work. You're working.
No, that's right.
We fully understand and we get it. And so I think all of us have a lot of stuff coming up this summer. So we're going to take time, have a great summer, fabulous spring, great summer, and we'll be back in the fall. And it's going to have a even more amazing look, and it's going to be exciting.
It is.
So, and I was telling them, Wendy, that Julie has said she does not want to be a full-time cast member next season. So more than likely, we'll either add one conservative and maybe nobody, and then Julie can pop in whenever she wants to, or I'll have to figure that out, and whatever my spirit tells me.
Uh-huh.
So
okay. So I hope I get my contract so I can get my peach.
So thank y'all for a wonderful season. I have loved it. Like I said, these 10 weeks, went by so fast. Oh, and we even have our own official theme song. Also, I forgot about that part too. So it's been a great season. I can totally see the growth from this season from last season. So I'm even more excited with season 3. And so now that we got the YouTube going, we got everything's going. So I think season 3 is going to be very different and very exciting and a lot more visible.
So, going and growing.
Yes. All right. Before we sign off, last word. Crystal, last word.
I love you all. I come straight from the heart chakra. I have really grown as far as my speaking and things like that because of the many lessons that I've learned with you all. I do not take this lightly. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. And I hope y'all love me back. And again, I'm serious. I hope I get my contract back for the fall.
You're a peach holder. Don't worry.
Yes! Okay.
Last words, Chris. What are your last words for this season?
Am I also bringing it?
What?
Am I also bringing it? Am I coming back next season?
You're coming back next season. What are your last words for this season?
My last words is I'm very fond of everyone here. I love our energy. Where did Crystal go? Damn, why she didn't go?
Because that was her last words. She was saying goodbye.
Okay. So I'm fond of everyone. I want
this is
everyone
basically
to have a great, safe summer. Oh, damn, I hate that. Okay, have a great summer, guys. Keep in touch on Facebook. I will keep stalking you guys. All of you, I stalk you and I hit likes and loves. And it's been a great season. I just want to see everyone back this season and with better and more success.
And we love you too. Bye-bye. All right, Wendy, last words of the season.
Oh man, what a season. So much has gone down. Holy cow. What an incredible honor to be a part of this. Just to be able to come on and say my piece and have a platform and to make new friends and learn from each other has been such a gift. And I just want to thank you, Dana. Thank you so much for putting all of this together for us. It has been a ball. I love my cast. I love all of y'all so much. And I can't wait to come back.
Woohoo! I think it's gonna be great. I'm excited.
Me too.
And this time when we'll do the photo shoot and we'll maybe do the video shoot, the opening credits all together. It'll be I can already see it. It's gonna be so much fun.
Yes.
Well, thank you for being here. I'm glad you woke up. I think you should go get some more sleep because you probably got more bookings coming up. Kiss the wifey and the kids. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. I love all of y'all. Good night. And that's going to do it for our season finale. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Callie, what did you think? Did you like it? Say, oh, I like it. I like the season. I like the season. Callie likes the season. Oh, you want to dance now? Oh, she's so silly. All righty, y'all. Well, thank y'all. Let me see for the last comments were. Zach said, if StreamYard doesn't act the fool in the fall, could be possible? I'm a recurring panelist. Sure. Well, you already have been an unofficial panelist. So why couldn't you be a recurring? You can alternate with Julie. Yeah, we need a youth perspective, Zach. You can be our youthful ambassador. As Tina would say, mwah, mwah, mwah. Yes, can't wait for next season. I can't wait either. Mwah, yes. So thank you guys. Thank you, Shay. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Omar. Thank you to our viewers on Facebook. Thank you for the viewers on YouTube. Thank you for the comments on YouTube. Thank you for the private messages. I got a message just the other day from a teacher that watches and wanted me to give them some tips on how to operate and put shows together because they want to show their students because they're going to be doing some projects like this. And so I was very honored for them to ask me that. So like we might not have a lot of views while we're live, but a lot of people seem to be watching it later. And I like that too. That's just fine as well. Because this isn't a self-serving project. We try to have conversations and do things that people will benefit from and maybe learn and grow from. That's what the show's about. And that's why I'm changing the direction for next season. The interviews are going to be about awareness and empowerment. And we're going to continue to, make this segment to be the best it can be. So I want to thank each and every one of y'all that have supported the show and have tuned in. I love you all. Please be safe this spring. Please be safe this summer. If you have an opportunity to get vaccinated, I highly suggest that you get vaccinated. Continue to wear your mask. Continue to take care of each other. And we will see you in the fall. So take care. I love you. Callie, you have anything else you want to say before we go? No? Okay. I guess we're out of here.
On my horizon, 3 little birds were on my doorstep, singing sweet this message is you. They said, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright.
Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around